Greetings, travelers. Greetings. Wait, the microphone. The microphone is a bit far away. Okay, now it's better. Now I think it's better. Kind of, yes. Kind of. Hello. Greetings. Where am I? I'm here. Hello. By the way, the program that I use to project this avatar on screen, to render this avatar on screen, has been updated again. And now I think that my neck is a bit smoother, I think. I think it's should be slightly smoother movement. I don't know. They did some updates. They updated. I didn't have really the time to. Oops! I punched the mic. I didn't have the time to really look at the new stuff, but Unreal Engine is streaming on that.
Yeah, Brian will have an opinion on that, but yeah, it's certainly working on the demo.
They are discussing about Unreal Engine 5.
All the different ways we could shape this technology. So it's one of the things we need to take into account as an experience coming from this demo.
Yeah, currently the
people that you see on the screen are some of the people that contributed to the release of the Unreal Engine Early Access Alpha. So obviously it's a way larger team than this, but these are a bit of the people responsible for the different departments and the people that contributed to it.
I'd like to start prototyping with a friend, and it would be cool if this U4 feature made it into this early access demo. Other than the clear deprecated features that is listed in our documentation.
They are speaking, okay, I think we close it. They are speaking of U5. By the way, I managed to download the demo. I don't know if you are interested to see it, but I managed to download the 100 gigabytes. If you want to see it, I can open it. Just because we can. I think it's under library. No. I don't remember where is it. But I remember there is a thing. No, it's not here. There is a thing that you can click on it and in theory it should be under U5 by ancient. I see. Create project. I already have the project. Why is it not showing up? I see it. Okay. I'm gonna open it just for you to see. My hair looks silky. So you think it's different than before? I have some settings for my hair. I think, but I'm not gonna change it now. I will show you briefly this just so you get a sense of how it is. I mean, I would say it's very impressive. I mean, it's really, really impressive. It's really impressive. Now, so this is what they say when you launch it. To view the main level, open blah, blah, blah. To run the demo, you will need the following specs. NVIDIA GTX 1080, MDRX Vega or higher with 8 GB of VRAM, 32 GB of system RAM. That is the minimum. The recommended is 12-core CPU, NVIDIA RTX 2080, and 64 GB you can do in kind of the maximum specs that you can have at the moment. Right? So obviously you will not create a monster with 15 million polygons, right? You will not use 8K textures everywhere, right? You will not populate the world with instances of 2 million polygons each. So you will not do all of that, but it's here. You can see it, and you can touch it, and you can test it, and it's pretty exciting. I have to say it's pretty cool. Just 1 second, I need to do something while it's loading. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, so the fact that it's not packaged, you know, and you can run it inside the editor. For me, the more impressive demos are too easy to kill the final boss. Yes, they didn't build really a challenging one, but well, but you can miss though. If you misclick, you know, you will not kill it. So consider that the level is about 100 gigabyte, okay? And you can basically navigate in it like this, right? On my machine. And obviously this is not yet the, I mean, this is the editor view. So you have like cameras and things and, you know, so is not the, you have here the character, the main character, right? She's looking at this. I cannot imagine how many polygons this this piece of wood has, but yeah, you can basically, you know, navigate the level as you want and look around. And obviously there are some walkable areas, like if you go here, you see that the world is not really. By the way, they have some weird stuff there. I don't know what is it. They have even more stuff than what is needed. But and then you can just press play. And the level is going to start. It takes a bit. Consider we are in the editor, right? So we are not in a packaged game. In the editor, everything runs in debug mode, you know, so it's extremely slower. So if you package this thing, it will go faster, right? It will go way faster. But here we are. So this is real time. We have the character, we have the fire. We have a hint that if we click with the left, we will create this drone. This drone is nothing else than just a way for you to look around. Now you are the drone, which is nothing else than a camera, but anyway. You can, I'm moving with my keyboard. You can go everywhere you want. And what you see is millions, if not billions of polygons, right? Which is very impressive, I have to say. Yes, the textures are pretty much the same, so I think there is a massive reuse of textures. Now we're moving with our character. Animation is good. There is the character. She has a cloth, as you can see, on her shoulder, which is physics. She also has the pouch, which is physics. So she has some pieces on her that are physics. The hair is very, very nice. The model itself is very, very nice. She cannot mantle though. So in plane shift we can do something that she cannot do. She cannot jump and she cannot mantle. But the movement is pretty stupid. Then you come here and you interact with the E. And this is basically switching the scene, right? It's switching the scene between day and night. And this loading takes a bit, I have to say. But remember that you are inside the editor, eh? Remember that you are inside the editor. So in theory, at any time you could stop it and debug it and, you know. But I would say, I mean, now that I see it inside the editor, so you can click on the stuff, you know, and you see the pieces. It feels more real and it feels quite impressive. Now, we will never do a game tomorrow, you know, with this quality, but if it runs well for this level, then it may run super well for our levels, right? Maybe. It's taking a lot of time, and it's not the first time. He's saying that he will take time the first time, but actually this is the second time and it's still taking a lot. But again, it's not cooked content, it's not prepared content, packaged content. Oh. Okay. I don't know why they did this transition. I don't know, maybe because they wanted to test this new functionality of having two completely different layers. See on the right side that many items are getting loaded. Ha! He crashed. I'm sorry, I cannot show it to you, it crashed. In my previous run, didn't crash. In my previous run, it worked perfectly. It seems that it crashed actually in the audio. In the audio mixer. Clicked on interact in the ancient demo level, and just 1 second after I saw the dark level, it crashed. Send and close. Okay, I'm not going to test it again, but unless some of you are really into it and want me to do it, but it's pretty cool. The ancient is very nice, and you can move with your character, you can jump, you can do stuff, so it's pretty cool. Okay. Now, what is the plan for today? The plan for today is basically to start to build the alpha. I think we are pretty much ready. I just want to clean up few small things, right? We still have the voiceovers missing because Jeremy didn't complete it. That's a pity. So we will probably go without. I updated the credits. By the way, about the credits, these are the people that I listed in the Patreons list. So these are all the ones that have 6 months badges or better, and they are currently active. And most of them answered yes in the question I've put on the Patreon site to be present in the credits. Some of them didn't answer, but I decided to include them anyway because they were some of the oldest and active people. So I don't know, if you see here your name and you want it removed, let me know. Otherwise, this will be the list. And again, thank you for the people that are in Patreon. Actually, this file I need to save it, and I need to check in so that we have it in the release, because only what is checked in will go into the release, at least on the other machines. So updated credits. Right. Then one thing I was thinking, and I think I really want to do it, and it's like the finishing touch before creating the release, is the following. I'm a bit annoyed by the name on top of the characters. I think it looks very, very bad. It looks super bad, which is this one. Remove the name of NPC and display in the bar in the top. So I think I want to do it because it's really a pity. And I think it gives a bad impression, you know. I don't think I have a screenshot, but basically whenever you have a character, right? Whenever you have a character and when you click on it, his name is showing at the moment, is showing on top of him, right? So I don't know, JOs. His name is showing on top of it in a way that is pretty invasive. So is really on top of the character like this, and I don't think it's good, right? So I would like to I really would like to change it, and I think we should change it. Hello, developer, welcome back. Yes, I'm Italian. You figured it out by the accent? I guess so. Yes, I'm Italian. From the north of Italy. Now, I don't know how hard or how easy it will be to do. I need to think a bit about it. In theory, we have all the pieces already. The trick may be when you are already in combat mode and you click on stuff, and that may mess up the thing, right? But we are going to by the accent and the names. Yes, my name is Luca, by the way. Nice to meet you. So. I don't know why it's giving all these messages of, but I think it's because the old win options. Okay. So let me see how to do it. I think what we have on top of PS character, we have a component which is probably a text component aligned to screen. This one, character name text. Okay, so this one is a component which allows us to display the name, right? So what we should do, we should search in our blueprints where this character name text is getting used. And you see that is show name on selected actor. Okay, so I basically created a function which is on PS character blueprint to do this job. I think we can use the same function and probably just implement it in the other way. Show name on selected actor is actually on PS character, but why we have the cast to PS item actor, by the way? That is kind of strange, huh? This is kind of strange because in theory here we are in character BP, so because we call it on the player. Okay, so yeah, you see, because if the actor is self, we are not gonna do it. So this function actually is working for both items and characters. I understand. I understand. So all of this is display names on item, display name on items, and this one at the top is display name on characters, right? Display name on characters. Now the one that we want to change is then is this piece, right? Is this piece. Set text at visibility, and then here is collapsed. Okay. So the way we want to do this, I think we can use this exactly the same function, but the way we want to do it, we want to display the character on top. How do you find working with Unreal Engine 4 compared to the custom engine? Let me see if I can find a good analogy. Okay, the analogy is the analogy is the difference is between this the analogy is between this and this. That's basically the difference. To do the same job, okay? To do the same job, there is custom engine, and there is Unreal. Okay. So this is how I feel when I use Unreal compared to when I was using. The only problem of this graph, is that between this and this, there have been like, 15 years. So, so somehow the comparison is not really fair, because because maybe a custom engine or a different custom engine today would be anyway way more usable, right? Than what it was at that time. But there are a million things that are now super easy. I mean, super easy compared to what it was before, right? There is no comparison. There is absolutely no comparison. Is so much better in any possible way, including I would say probably the first, if not the first, is the packaging. The packaging, I mean, now to package on Mac, I mean, I'm not really clicking a button, but I'm doing some work for packaging, but it's all guided, you know. While before, to package on Mac, oh my God, they were like people that were going crazy on it. So we need to change this piece. Now, how do we change this piece? How do we change this piece? So I think we can do we have a trace on, I think we should have, I think we have a trace, right? We should have a trace on, I don't know if I do it on tick. I think I do it on tick, but I don't remember if I do it on the tick of PS character tick. Yes, I do it here exactly. I do it here and I do it on the server side or not? Yes, I do it only on the server side. No, I do it only on the client side. So I'm doing, because I'm doing the line trace, but in this case, the line trace, we don't really care about, right? Because we already know what we clicked on. So basically, target under crosshair, update NPC held by. Do nothing, crosshair already on. Do nothing, crosshair already off. Let me just check what we are doing here. What part of the engine you built, the former? I worked a bit on a bit here and there everywhere, but consider that the most of the 3D engine was built by another team. Okay, so it was built by another open source team, and so I didn't really, and I also didn't have the knowledge on the 3D side to build. But I worked quite a bit, for example, on the tools, so the conversion tools from 3ds Max to the engine, so the importers. I did the importers. I did a lot of other tools to like harmonize the files and the 3D meshes. I worked on the server side in many of the functions. I added new stuff. I don't know, the loot randomizer, one is that comes to my mind. I worked in so many pieces and places. So I'm trying to understand if we need, because it is changing the crosshair, but we really don't care about the crosshair. We care only target name, W container, target name, visibility collapsed. Yes, because here is showing. Is showing the target name. Yes, current target, new target, W container, gradient bar, previous percentage, get current target held, make literal float, wait the server to send us the value. Same target, current target update bar. This update bar is inside gradient base. New percentage. I'm thinking how to do it, because actually the system that we're using now is basically relying on the line trace that we do with the crosshair. And the crosshair is preparing the widget at the top, is showing it, and then is waiting the update of the gradient bar from the server side, which is getting called get target L from server timer function. Yes, which is getting called by this. Now, which we can call manually if we want. On the current target. I think we can call this function. Okay, I think I have the pieces. I just need to put them together, because the pieces actually we have. And this one also is on character. So, okay. So let's start to put together the pieces. Character, name, text, right? Was where we had the display name on characters. So I think I can keep this one. I can keep this one as a separate implementation. Okay, so I will leave it there, and I will say old implementation with name on top, with name overimposed to character, on character. What do you say? Overimposed on character or to? I don't know. Now, here we definitely need to call this function, which is the one that is targeting this one has a problem though, which is last seen target. If it's false. Okay, I don't know exactly, but let's assume that this thing is working. Okay, let's not question that particular function. I think that function is fine. So if is a character, we are going to go on this one, and this character is taking then the current target, so we don't need to pass. Target self is fine. Target is fine. Yes, because we don't need any more to get the final target. The only thing that we need to be sure is that I have a target selected, right? And so this one should be executed after the selected object is set, right? Because otherwise, yes, which is here, set current actor, trace under mouse, selected actor. Okay, we need to check if we have a selected actor or not, because otherwise we can do a get target object, by the way, but here is using the point is that here is using something different, which is current target, but I think the current target is the right one anyway. So I think this one will be fine. I think it will be fine. So this way we are getting the health from the server. Now, the other thing we want to do, we want to take, no, not this one, obviously. We want to take, unfortunately split, at the moment it's split between different functions, but is this part, excluding the crosshair, excluding the container, W container target name, yes, this one we need. If it's equal to the current target or not. If it's equal to the current target or not. So this piece I need, right? And I need it before this. Oops. So actually, it's like this. Actually, it's like this. So we take his name, we set it on top in the window, we set the visibility of that window on, and then we check. See, here we were checking if the target is new or not, but do we really care? Yes, I think we care. I think we care because yeah, I think we care. Because if he's already if he's the same target, I think we're not gonna do anything. In this case, we're not gonna do anything. So same target already selected. I think if it's the same target already selected, we are not gonna do anything. If it's a new target though, if it's a new target, then what? Then we I don't know where we show the container, W container gradient bar, right? Why we are not showing the bar and make it visible? I think we need to make it visible. I think we need to make it visible. Or is, wait, this one is called by, no. This one is not called. Maybe the other function is doing it, but let me put it here 1 second, that now that we have it, so that, okay. So this will make the bar visible, okay? And it is going to ask to the server to populate it with a proper value. To populate it with the proper value. So this will work the first click. Now, the problem is, if we are coming with a value that is false. So we still need a branch, right? Yeah, we need a branch before all of this. We need a branch before all of this. And the branch should be if it's already visible or not. Let me just disconnect it from here so it's not, you know, it's not messing up the graph. Anyway, we're not going to use that one anymore. We're not going to use it anymore, so. Hello, Fabio. Ciao. Assuming you are Italian. Hello, Shlu. Welcome, welcome. We are doing some final touches to the release, and then we are going to release. So if show is false, I think we can just set the visibility of this guy as collapsed, and we are going to set also the visibility of the bar to collapsed, right? But I think I need to do this check actually after. I think this check should be done after. By the way, guys, if you have any question on the game, don't worry. You can ask. Or if you want to share what you are working on, maybe you are working on a project or something, and you want to. Yeah, the only problem is that if the target is the same and I click again on him, and you are not in combat mode, you will not see the bar going down if it's getting hit. Okay, but for now, I think we can live with that. I think we can live with that. Will be reported as a bug, I know already, but will be reported as a bug, but for now it's okay. Now we just need to be sure that when we deselect, yeah, but I think that is already done. That is already done. Okay, I didn't like something. Set visibility of this guy. Okay, let's see what happens. I'm not sure it will work, but potentially we'll do something. Did I call? Well, I called this one, and this one is already called, so now I should not be showing this anymore and this anymore. So yeah, in theory may do something already. Okay, I just assembled the pieces. I didn't really think too much on potential side cases or special cases, but Do you want to be the music? We can put some music. We can put some music, my friends. Music. Done. Para-para-pam. And the problem is that we have the music from the game and the music from the music. I will restart the music when this music is gone. Yeah, timeout because the server is starting. I'm pretty excited for the new release. It will take a bit of time to build it, huh? If you have seen how I built the previous releases, you know that it takes time, but I think we can do it. Between tonight, tomorrow night, unfortunately, I think I cannot work on this, but it's mostly machine time. But there are also some manual operations that I need to do. Okay, so the idea is that if I click on myself, nothing should happen. Okay. And it is the case. But if I click on this, yeah, that monster is flickering like crazy. I know why, but I don't know exactly why, but if I'm clicking on this guy, right? And if I remove the click, oh my god, it's working already? Wow, if it's working already, I'm impressed of myself. Wow. Okay, this is what I wanted to do, basically. So what I wanted to do, I wanted to remove the name on top of the hero because I think it was looking very, very bad. And so you will have the name here at the top in the same way that you have it when you go in combat mode. So if you go in combat mode, basically the crosshair, whenever you are hovering over a monster or over a creature, it will show you on top the creature and his statistics. Now, does it still work on the items? Yes, on the items it still works. Wow. We did it, boys. I don't know, it was so easy. It was so easy. I'm impressed that it's already working. Yeah, it's much better. What do you think about it? I think it's much better, right? Than having the name on top of the guy. I think it's... this works with every character. Now, for the items... I don't know if we should do it also for the items. The only problem is that when you are looking at an item, maybe you are looking more, you know, towards it, but maybe it should be the same. Maybe it should be the same also for the item. It's only for NPC and for no, it's also for players. NPC and players is the same. And it is only not working on yourself, because yourself makes no sense. You have your stuff here, so you know who you are. It will work on other players as well. So instead of having the name on top of the character, now you have the name at the top. Okay? Very nice. It was too easy. Was too easy. Okay. Was too easy. Fine. So we can say that this point is done. Update credits, I did it. Remove name of NPC and players. And display the bar at the top instead. Okay. Now the Compendium Expansion, yeah, in theory we have this thing that we wanted to finish, but I don't know if I really can or want. I think we arrived a bit late on this one. I think we arrived a bit late on this one. I'm thinking, because if I do this last piece, I think it will take me probably 2 or 3 hours. And this means that we cannot start the packaging. Well, anyway, the packaging will take time, but maybe we can do it. Maybe, you know what we can do? We can start the packaging, and this probably will not make it in, but meanwhile the packaging is running, maybe we can work on it, and we see if we manage to do it or not. Okay. So all this is done. This is still missing. We have this voiceover for race description, which unfortunately at the moment is not getting finished by the voice actor. I don't know why, but it's getting a bit lazy. Maybe he's here. Hello, Jeremy, are you here? But he's not doing it at the moment. Pity, because we only missed one race, but okay, so let's start the packaging. Let's start the packaging at least on Windows. And on Linux. So how does the packaging work? The packaging is not very simple. The packaging, let me see if I have a packaging mission. Do we have a packaging mission? No. Do we have release mission? Yes. Well, we had this one. This one was not bad, by the way. I think I can reuse it again. Yes. Yes, let's reuse it. Let me just rename it, because this one was for 079. So there was alpha release progress. Let's rename it alpha 079 release progress, and we will save it again, and we will call it alpha 0710 release progress, because then I'm using, you know, this file to paste it on our Discord and to give updates to the people. And okay, so alpha release 0710, very nice, very nice. Yeah, we are making it. We are building it easy. Now, all these values at the moment should be 0%. Unfortunately, I don't have the previous text. Fuck, because I placed them in in red when they were under building. I don't know. I did a bit of a work the last time. You see, there is some red text, and you know what I can do? Maybe I can do it like double, so that I can quickly copy paste things. But so the first thing that we need to do, we need to stop the test server on Linux, which is the machine that I use to, which is this one that we use to test the Linux Unreal release. And on this one, I can make the text a bit bigger so you can see it. By the way, Okay, now you should be able to read it. So we're gonna stop the server. Who is is someone connected? Let me just check if someone is connected to the server, but probably yes. But no, at the moment no. Good. So we're gonna just shut it down. Okay. So the 079 is officially dead. Officially removed. There is the last time that it goes up. Now, we have a script, believe it or not, but we have a fairly complicated script, which is this one. 0710. The last one was 2nd of April. This one will probably be, I don't know, I think will be released maybe tomorrow or the next day. Let's say 29 of May for now, then we will see. We will adjust it, okay? So the first thing we need to do, we need to change this to this, so that the file becomes clean. And now we have to execute all these steps for the different platforms. As you can see, there is a lot of stuff. But don't worry, mostly is automated. So the first thing we need to do, we need to update the PS Unreal config XML. Okay, let's go and do it. And basically we are telling, with this change, we are telling the engine that we have a new release. Right? So this will become 0710. This will work for all the releases. The only thing I need to be sure that I do is to check it in. So I can say updated. I would say new version. But before doing this, wait. Before doing this, let me check in what I have open, because I have stuff that, like the last change that I did now, I didn't check it in. So let me check in that. Now the file will be about 5 gigabytes, so I can upload it, but I think that the time I upload it and the time you download it, I think it will probably be after the end of the stream, so I don't think we can test it together tonight. But you can test it tomorrow. We have a lot of files. 70,000 files. So at the moment what SVN is doing is checking every single file for okay. So let me just check what I have. This one is not needed. BS character we changed it. Character description we changed it. This one obviously I should not. This one obviously I should not. So it's 2 files. It's 2 files. And then I should have this one, no. This one I don't remember. This one absolutely not. This one should revert. This one we should revert. Let's revert. Wait, let's revert all the stuff that is not needed, okay? These were just tests that I did. So definitely not needed. Then I did some changes. I think I should remove show unversioned files, so at least it's not taking like forever. Let me just check if there is something in the unversioned that we want to use, but I don't think. It's mostly build and save. Let me just check under content. If I forgot something. content, WAV, CSV. The important point is there are not U assets, right, that I need to check in. Like, for example, this one. Lemur F U asset. This one is a mistake. Is a missing one. This one is a missing one. This one is a legit mistake. But we can just add it and we are good. We can do it! We can do it! Holographic squid. We can. We can and we will. We can and we will. There's a lot of stuff actually, but I think all this stuff is not needed. But there are a lot of non-check it in files. There is actually a lot of stuff. For example, this one, Idla Plaza Road 32. Okay, from here down, I think it should all be samples. Should all be completely useless. Oh my god, this saved XXX is insane. I should delete it. Yeah, the long-awaited Lemur and female. Yes. They are not perfect yet, but like there is something that I want to tweak on the Lemur female, but I think as a first release is very good. Oh my god, this saved is really huge. He's taking the majority of the list. I think I should delete it. Then we have something under scripts. And then we have third party, and then I think we are Gucci. XML file 425. Yeah, this is the old one. Okay. Okay, so I think we should do this. Wait. Let's do this. Let's delete completely saved XXX. Not needed. Okay. It was a huge directory. It was created through the years. It's like, I don't know, 20 gigabytes or more. Or 30 gigabytes. And it was a mix of cache plus other stuff that we don't really care. We will rebuild it from scratch. Look at how big it is. It's 68,000 files. 33 gigabytes. So we're gonna delete that completely. At the same time, I think at this point, just to avoid mistakes, I want to delete also... it doesn't let me. Okay, we can wait the finish of this, but I want to delete also the PS Unreal 2, which is a full copy of the other one. Hopefully... we didn't copy also the save XXX into it, or probably yes. Holy moly. Okay, I think we did. Yeah, there are a lot of fixes. I think this would be a good release. I would like to add more stuff, you know, but it's already 2 months that we don't do a release, and I think is reasonable. But I think I will do then another update release for the compendium. Just after, but it will be through the updater. So we start also because here we changed the Unreal Engine from 425 to 426. So I'm expecting the majority of the files to be resaved or retouched. So I don't think we can really do an updated release. I think we will do a full release. A full release. Okay. That one is gone. Very nice. And now PS Unreal 2 can go. I don't want to leave something on my PC that is sitting there for nothing, which is another, I think, 10 or more gigabytes. Yeah, actually more 20 than 10. Actually more 26 than 10. Okay. That is gonna go as well. So we clean up that. Meanwhile, we can do things in parallel anyway. Meanwhile, but probably not in parallel with this one, because I need first to check in the stuff. If I don't check in the stuff and I don't revert my main directory, okay, let's wait like 1 minute more to finish this. I also wanted to have the Dryken plane in, but I think the next release will be Dryken plane and Compendium updates. The next update, because these are the two things that are really missing, and I really would like. Okay, I think we can also exit from this, huh? What do you think? And we can also exit from this, huh? Why we are doing that? Okay, so we deleted that. Now we want to revert all the tests. So let me do one check-in with PS character, lemuref, race description, and okay, let me check this file. Character discovery manager. Yes, these are the changes that we did to the discovery manager. So these one are good. These one are good. Are the compendium fixes. Yes. Yes. All these are good fixes. So this one we should put in. So it's 3 plus 3. Okay. So we can say fixes to compendium, and then we can say updated final text for race descriptions, and then we can say fixed lemur. No, more than fixed is added missing file for lemur female eyes. Okay, because it was actually a miss. Okay. We can check this in. Now that we have that in, I can completely revert content maps to the original because I didn't do any changes myself. So we will get all the maps. You will just revert to the SVN state. So here we are getting the full list of maps restored, which is usually something that I don't use, but in this case we have to. Okay, done. Then we commit again and see if there is something left. There is nothing left. There is nothing left. So we are going to do only one last check-in of this file. And we say new version alpha 0.7.10. Okay. So this check-in basically should be the last one. Then it will never be the last one. But because there will be some bugs and stuff that I have to fix. But that is the start of the new release. Okay. Good. So now everything that is in SVN is what we need to build the client. Ah, this music. So this is done. Okay. So the first step is get new Unreal Engine version. So obviously for Windows, this one we already did. So we can just flag it as done. Update PSN real file from SVN. Okay, we're gonna update, and if we have conflicts, we have conflicts. But I'm going to update it fully. So if anyone else from the team checked in something, yes, there is, for example, an updated IDLA map. So there has been some check-in by Tua. So this one is done. Patch Unreal Engine version sources, we did it already. Delete all files containing intermediate. You know what? I think I'm gonna do it. Even if I recompiled clean. When is the last time I did it? Probably it's not necessary. Let's not do it. Recompile Unreal Engine is already done because we already did it on this machine at least. Edit this file. So we need to edit this file and change it to version 10. So the build shipping client. Okay, gonna do it. We are gonna do it. Build shipping client. Edit. 0.10. Okay. So this is done. Delete all files containing PS Unreal Intermediate. I think I'm not gonna do it. Copy the dump from PS Legacy server. Ah, okay. So this one is basically the operation that allows us to mirror the files from Legacy to Unreal. Yes, this is a task that I can run in parallel. Let's do it. So I need to go on the production server of the old game. The production server of the old game, which is this one. That is the Linux machine that is running the current PS Legacy. Can make it a bit bigger if you want to see what I'm doing. Okay, so here we are on the other machine. And on this machine, we can decide to take a new dump, or we can use the last one generated. I think it's under back. So the last dump created was the 27th of May, which is today. Perfect. This morning. Okay. So I think we can use this directly. So we are gonna take this file with FileZilla and move it on my machine. So I need to connect with FileZilla on the production site. This way. Yes. And now I'm on the other screen, but anyway, I'm going in the back, and I'm getting this file, which is dump plane, and I'm gonna put it, in PS Unreal scripts. So we just copy it here. Okay. The dump is about 200 megabytes. It's 250 megabytes in bitzip. Now, when you are expanded, it's about 1.6 gigabytes. So we are waiting. The file is pretty quick to download. Is pretty quick. Is 60% now. Is going on 80%, 90%. Okay, 100%. So we should have the new file here, which is dbdump 527 whatever. So we're going to extract it here. So it will generate the SQL file. And why this? Because I need to run the migration script to actually upgrade the database from the old format to the new format. So as you can see, we are basically taking a dump of the old database, right, and copying it on my machine. So we are taking the PS legacy version of the database, and then there is a mega script that I created, which is doing the conversion to Unreal of the database, right? So that is compatible with okay, so this one, let's say that we did it on Windows machine. Import the db dump in place with process. Edit update schema by changing the dump to load. Yes, before that, no, I think it's correct. So we need to change update schema SQL. So here we have now the file that I will rename in SQL, and I will also call it PS legacy, so we are sure we are not messing up with the files. So this is containing the full dump of PS legacy, everything, all tables or characters or all everything. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna change the update schema file, which is this one. And at the beginning, there is the name of the file, this one. Okay. And the last time, yes, was the dump of March, April. So this is the script that is basically doing the conversion, and plus is calling a number of subscripts to do that. So it's taking a bit of time, but it's okay. So we did this as well. So update the edit schema, changing the name of the dump to load, yes. And then we go in CPS Unreal script. So we open a command prompt, we go here, we do a MySQL root. Okay, and then we launch this. Right? This will destroy the current database on my machine, but it's okay because we don't have any data that is actually relevant. And it will start the import, and it will also do the migration, all the changes needed for the migration from the legacy schema to the Unreal Engine schema. Okay. So at this point, update SVN to be sure that we have the latest maps. I think we did it, but we can check it again just in case. It's fine. We are on the latest, so PS Unreal is good. Then we will have to think about the launcher. I think we need to recompile also the launcher, by the way. Okay, launch PS Unreal building shipping client. Yes. Kind of, yes. Yes. I think we can, yeah, why not? We should not wait the finish of this. We can do it in parallel. It's no problem at all. We can do it in parallel. It will take a bit more time, but... So we go in scripts, right? And we launch build shipping client. Now this guy will create a new directory under C PS distro shipping client with a version name, which is this one. So should be all fine. Yes. Okay, so this script will take time, huh? Will take time. I don't know how much, but it will take time. Every time it's changing a bit, but it can take up to 1 hour or 2 hours. I don't know, depends. So this is the script that is doing all the job for building the new client. But meanwhile, we can do other stuff, okay? Because we can work in parallel. There is also the point of this instruction list so that we can work in parallel. So we can say that this one is in progress. Okay, so we flag it like this to say that this one is in progress. And then we switch to the Linux. We switch to the Linux one. Maybe I should make it a bit more evident. We switch to the Linux. So on the Linux, we have the problem that actually we are not in the latest release, right? Because the Linux is the one that we were using for the previous release. So if I go under Unreal Engine and I do a git status. What the fuck? What? Wait a second. What do you mean git not found? What do you mean? What do you mean git not found? You are not in the right shell, eh? You are not in the right shell, eh? What? I'm a bit shocked. What do you mean git not found? I mean, this is the machine where I copied the... Is it because I upgraded the Linux? Yeah, probably it's because I upgraded and fixed the Linux, but I only copied the Unreal on top of it. Okay. That's kind of interesting though. But fine. I'm gonna install it. Because I reformatted this machine some time ago. And then I think I only copied on top the Unreal Engine installation. and probably I didn't. Okay, but it's fine. I'm just very surprised, but because I didn't remember that it was a copy. I think I reinstalled the operating system and it just copied the Unreal stuff on top of it, and so we never use Git after the new installation. Okay, all of this is good. All of this is good. So you see we are on 4.25.2 release, okay, which was the previous release. So now we need to go, apart from the Caterpillar, we need to go on the latest. So I'm just gonna do very simply, follow our guide. I'm not gonna invent anything new. So okay, also the git cache is not there anymore. Let me check what is my username there. GitHub Unreal. GitHub Unreal should be Talad PS. Okay. Meanwhile, I think that the script, both scripts are running. So you see the MySQL script is running to upgrade the database, and the automation tool for packaging the Windows version is running as well. And in parallel, we are working on the Linux machine. So we are parallelizing as much as we can. In theory, we could also, in parallel, work on the Mac. Yes, let's do it so we gain some time. Let me just turn it on. I think it doesn't have a keyboard. It doesn't have a keyboard, so 1 second. Well, but actually I don't need a keyboard. I think I don't need a keyboard as long as it goes into the... No, I need a keyboard. Because I will have them to sign some stuff. Okay, I got a keyboard and a mouse, and I'm attaching it to the Mac. Meanwhile, okay. Okay, let's see if there is a power, yes. Bang. Okay, we are starting also the Mac, and we will connect anyway through SSH, I mean through the we will connect through terminal, so you will see also the Mac connected here. Now the Git is running. So the first thing we need to do on the Mac is to update the first thing we need to do, yeah, because on the Linux and on the Mac we have more steps. On the Windows, since it's the machine where I develop the game, everything is already updated, right? But on the other machines is not. So on the other machines we need to launch a lot of stuff. We need to do more work, right? Like for example, getting the new Unreal Engine version, we need to do it, right? And on the Mac is going to take a lot of time. because it's a very old machine. It's a very, very old Mac, but yeah, I think he can do it. He did it for 425, so I think he will do it also for 426. Now, the beauty of doing it in parallel is that anyway there are different machines, you know, doing the job. So we can use the power in parallel. I don't know if he's already up, but in theory, if he's up, we should see it. It's called Mac Mini, Duke Mac Mini. In theory, it should appear here when he's up. The only problem may be the IP address that probably changed. And so I will probably have to check it manually. I also have another way to check it, but the only problem of the Mac is that is auto updating himself all the time. So sometimes when I turn it on after a long time, it's like, okay, now I want to update myself to, I don't know, the next operating system, and it is usually a very scary thing because we never know if updating it is then gonna work or not. I think it's compiling shaders. My stream may be delayed, but I feel the PC is very, 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 very slow. I think the packaging is compiling shaders or something. No, it's still compiling the engine. Please. Why sometimes it does this? No idea. One second, I'm doing 2 or 3 things at the same time. I want to check if the Mac Mini reached the... Yes, it's actually online. It's actually online, but... where do I see? I'm trying to search the... it's probably here. Okay, I found it. Mac Mini. Okay, Mac Mini is 0.12. Is 0.12. So we need to change his IP. We need to change his IP. Yeah, at the moment it was 9, so it would never work. There it is. He's alive. He's alive, boys. is alive. So also the Mac Mini is up. No. Now, doing too many things at the same time may be confusing, but... So what do we need to do on the Mac Mini? We need to do basically the same. We need to do the same operation that we are doing on the Linux, right? Pretty much. So we need to be sure that we are updating the PS Unreal to the latest version, patching the files, and all of that. So I think that the first thing is to go in Unreal Engine, right? Do a git status here as well. Yeah, as you can see, this machine is super slow. So I don't know, I'm always saying, oh, I need to buy a new Mac, right? If you want to continue to release on Mac, I need to buy a new Mac. But then, you know, once every 2 months when you do a release, I am in this moment and I say, okay, maybe he can do it. And actually he does it. It just takes a lot of time, but at the end he managed to do it. And let me just see if the Epic Launcher started on the Mac. Update available. He wants to update himself. No. He wants to update the operating system, but not now, please. One of the major problems is the disk, which is very slow. Okay, these are all the tags. Here we are on the Linux. You can look at the top. These are all the releases. So the one that we are using is 4.26.2 release, right? So we are going to, where is my, yeah. So we'll do a git reset hard, which is basically killing any potential changes that you may have done locally, okay? Another git process seems to be running in this repository. I don't think so, man. Unless it's in the screen. Yeah, in the screen, I can close the screen. Well, we can close the screen and why is saying that there is another git process? I don't think so. There is no other git process. Oh, okay, let's delete the lock. Let's delete the lock. I don't know why he's saying on this machine, which is the Linux machine, we don't have any git running, so... And the previous git command finished, right? So... Don't understand the point. I can do another git fetch just to be sure, but... Meanwhile, on the Windows, we are recompiling everything, so I guess my CPU is pretty... Okay, so now we are at 4.25.2 release, which is the previous one, obviously, but I think it's the one that we want for now. And then we are going to do the checkout. Okay, of 4.26. Which is the one that we use with the new release. Meanwhile, on the Mac Mini, he's still trying to do the Git status. I don't know if he's asking me an interactive. Let me check, but I don't think so. Every process has crashed. Close without sending. Yeah, there was the launcher on the Mac Mini was trying to do stuff and it crashed. Okay, so here what he's doing is updating to 426. So we are working on the Linux and on the Mac. We are working on this first step, right? This is for the Mac and it is for the Linux. And for the Windows, we are way ahead because we already had the right versions. And so we are here in the shipping client. This is where we are. So we are working on the 3 machines in parallel, which is great. This is not. The Mac Mini is refusing to do a Git status. The Linux machine is a decent machine, so it's not too slow. But at the moment, the Windows is the best one of the 3. As you can see, it's taking a bit of time to download all the dependencies. It's going at 5 megabytes per second. It's not bad, but I mean, for my connection, is okay. The Mac Mini is refreshing the indexes, and one day we'll manage to do the same. But this machine is super slow. I should really buy a new one. But you know, the point is spending like 1,000 euro for something that actually we use once every 2 months, and something that the Mac Mini can actually do, even if it's slow, but it can do it. So I mean, it's not only for the money. Obviously, it's also for the money, but it's also for the fact that it's not really necessary. But so it takes about, to do it on the Mac Mini, I think the last time it took about 20 hours. 20 hours of machine time. Okay, let me see if the database... Okay, the database update, meanwhile, finished, which is good. So at the end of this script, I don't see any errors. So at the end of this script means that we have now a full new database, which is this one, production 2. If I refresh it, this one is the one migrated from legacy. So now, since that is completed, we can go back to the Windows instructions and we can export. So this one is done. Yes. I think, you know what? I think this part I can do it. I can do it above. I think this instruction I can put it in the Windows side. I can put it here. It's more intuitive to have it here than having it on the Linux, since this one is on my Windows machines, right? So we need to export a db dump. So we need to edit this backup prod bat file, backup db prod bat file, and on this one we need to change the date. So the date will be 05/27, right? Yes, 05/27, and I think I can close all of this stuff, and then we need to launch it, and this is just creating the dump. Okay, so we're gonna launch this. So this is basically taking the converted database that now is on my machine, is my Windows machine, and is creating a dump file, and then we will take that dump file and we will move it to the Linux server, right? The file should be relatively big, but okay, the Mac Mini managed to do the git status, which is, yes, on 4.25.2, exactly with the same files modified. So we are gonna continue the procedure also on the Mac Mini with a git reset hard, so it's destroying any changes, because we don't want to have any changes here. And why is saying the same? Another git process seems to be running in this repository. It's saying the same, by the way, but I don't think there is any other git process running on this machine. Right? 0. Strange. Or is a previous... Very strange. Okay, we're gonna execute the same command there. Meanwhile, we are creating the backup, we are recompiling and packaging, and on the Linux machine, okay, the Linux machine is finished the checkout, which is very nice. Yeah, we can do another git status just to check that we are on the right release. Okay, so we are on 4.26.2. Untracked file, EU source is a bit weird, but anyway. Untracked file, probably because I copied that thing myself, huh? Why EU source is untracked? What? Yes. EU source is something that I created, which is the copy. Okay, I think we can probably even delete it, because this one is for the XML changes. You will see that it finished with XML. Yes, this is the XML stuff that I have to modify. Okay. I think this directory we can delete. at the moment. And then we are going to recopy the new one, which is coming from the new changes that we did to XML for 426. Okay, so we are on the right Git version. And I think we are good. Now, here we are switching between 425 and 426. So I think that the clean of the directory is absolutely necessary, right? Or anyways, is suggested. The reset hard worked, so we're gonna do this on the Mac. So we are gonna do the checkout. We didn't do the git fetch, my bad. We have to do the git fetch. Username. Okay. Now while that one is working, the backup should have finished. So let's check if we created the backup file. Here it is, PS Unreal prod MySQL. So that is the one that has been created thanks to this script, right? 527 is 1.6 giga. I think we can probably, even without zipping it, I think we can probably copy it like this. Or not. I mean, if we zip it, obviously is much easy, is much faster to transfer. But then, yeah, maybe let's zip it. Because it's all text, right? It's a huge text file of SQL, so I think it's really worth it to zip it. It becomes like 300 megabyte instead of 1 giga, so makes sense. Okay, so this is the file. So now we're gonna move this file to the Linux machine. We're gonna move it to the Linux machine. So I need to go here and where is it? It's this one. Okay, so we put it under just to be compliant with our rules. On plane shift backup. Okay, so we put it under on plane shift backup. Let me just drag and drop it there. It should work. Okay, so now we are transferring that file, which is great. Meanwhile, the Mac is working. The Linux is ready for more commands, and the Windows is still compiling. Okay, no problem. So we got the file on the other side on the Linux, so this step is done. And on the Windows we have nothing else to do at the moment, so we are still running the packaging, and we will continue to run the packaging. On the Linux, we did this step, so this step is completed, which is great. Now, we need to update from SVN, because we need some of the files that are in our PS Unreal to patch the Unreal Engine before by the way, this patch here may not be compatible, huh? Okay, we will see. We will see if it's compatible also for 426. This one I never tested. I never tested this patch because This patch is like the hardware info that we added ourselves because Unreal Engine doesn't have that as a default. I think we should check that though. Okay, let's do this one and then we will do the next. So I'm going into screen, yes, on the Linux machine. And if there is not one, we will create it. Then I'm going to go into PS Unreal. As you can see, I'm just executing the command, right? I don't want to do any crazy stuff. PS revert minus R point. Yeah, I don't know if we have any. I don't know if we have any files. We changed only the shipping client on this machine. We only changed the version basically, but all the rest seems to be identical. So it's really not needed. Is really not needed. Even if it will conflict when we no. Yes and no. I don't know. Okay, we can SVN update. We can SVN update on Linux. Fuck. Okay, sorry. Another password. I cannot remember all this password. It's impossible. I have million passwords everywhere. Okay. It is another Double Dragon song. Okay, we'll take a bit to update this. Meanwhile, let's check if the Mac will take also time. He needs to re-download the whole thing. So he's taking his time. Yeah, but basically this process is taking me about 2 days or so. So definitely we are not gonna finish it during the stream, but it's what I have to work on at the moment to make the release. And as you can see, it's anyway pretty interactive, so there is a lot of stuff we need to do. Now we could automate it more in theory, but I don't know. I think I automated all the steps that are safe, and the ones that maybe potentially may need some changes or something. But anyway, this is the one at the top is the Windows machine, which is compiling. Here we have the Linux machine on the left, which is updating the SVN of PlaneShift, and here on the right we have the Mac Mini, which is at the moment updating the Unreal version, right? So this is what is going on, boys. One conflict. Yes. One conflict, because this one has been on default server config. Show the difference. Yes, it's just the small stuff. We don't care about this. We don't care. We can mark as resolved and use it as it is. It's not really a problem. This file, it's not really a problem. Yeah, the only shit that if you do resolve like this is is actually keeping it report rate 2, report rate 1, report file. I think we can just revert it. I don't think there is anything important in that file. Okay. Good. So we updated SVN on Linux. So this step is fully done. Now we need to patch the Unreal Engine sources with PS Unreal U sources, yes. And plus, we need to... Actually, this is not correctly... So we need to go in this directory. So what is the easiest way to do it? The easiest way to do it is to cp... The easiest way to do it with one command, because I have basically only 2 files, I think, that I need to override, right? Yes. It's only 2 files. So I need to go... I need to cp PS Unreal Engine... No? No, sorry, PS Unreal, U sources, and then whatever that is. So engine, source, runtime, XLM parser, public. Let's start with the public, and then this one. So I need to copy this one on top of Unreal Engine sources. Runtime, XML, public, and that's it, right? Okay, so I think we can copy this command and put it in our instructions, because at the moment is the best command. So we have another one which is pretty much the same, but is under private, which is the CPP file, and also this guy will go under private. Okay. Okay. So you see, we improved our commands. We will have to do the same on the Mac, by the way. So maybe I can temporarily copy these 2 commands also on the Mac, and then we will see if it's the same directory. The directory structure is very similar, but it's not identical. I already had a command for the Mac. Nice. Nice. Yeah, which probably was a better command than this 2, huh? Anyway. Now we did it this way. Okay, so we did the copy. Now this one is a bit tricky. This one is a bit tricky because I don't know if it will work also on 426 or not, because in theory this one is trying to apply a patch that we built for 425. Let me just check. No, let me just check. Wait. Let me just check this file 1 second. This file was changing engine source runtime Unix platform survey. And get OS version. Let me just check in 426 if this file has been changed or not, because I have no idea. I have no idea. Wow, it's launching the old. Why? CPP files are from the shell associated to the old Visual Studio, but it's okay. Get OS version. Yeah, it's still completely empty. Okay, I think the patch should work potentially. We will see. I think it will complain if it cannot patch it. I hope it works, otherwise I need to do some manual work that I'm not really willing to do at the moment, but let's see. So git apply, please. It's saying trailing white space, warning 2 lines with added white space error, but if it's only trailing white spaces, I think we don't have a big issue with that. I don't think we have a big issue with that. Let me see if he patched it. No, let me do a VI because this file is big. Get OS version. Yes, he patched it. So I think it's working. We will have to test it to see if it's really working, but it seems it is working. So that the patch is getting applied properly. Okay, so we did this. We did this patch. Meanwhile, let me just check the Mac Mini. Mac Mini is still working on it. Windows compiling shaders. Well, it's compiling shaders. I don't know if the stream will be the same quality, but we will see. Yes, I think I will delete all the intermediate this time, only because we are switching Unreal Engine release, and I feel it's a good idea. So we are going to go into Unreal Engine Intermediate, into Unreal Engine what the fuck is the intermediate? And yes, all this stuff we can destroy. Boom. Done. Okay. Maybe I can put the command so the next time I don't have to think about it. When I can, I prefer always to avoid thinking on stuff, you know? because thinking is prone to mistakes. Okay, then recompile Unreal Engine on Linux, C blah 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 blah. Okay, but I think it's very simple. It's one command, or two commands, but should be fairly easy. One point I didn't do though. Wait, because this is a completely new engine, so we need to be sure that we are launching the dependencies and all the stuff. Yeah, we need to exactly. We need to set up from Unreal Engine. Because we want to be sure to get the dependencies related. The following file has been modified. Last build time. Yes. We don't really care about that, I guess. It's re-downloading the toolchain. It's re-downloading the toolchain because again I copied over the files. Yes, so I think it's normal that it's working like this. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. So the Linux is doing this. The Mac is 94%. Okay. Not bad, not bad. You see it's catching up. Well, no, actually not, but anyways, proceeding. The Mac as well. You can see that the Mac Mini is going slow even in downloads, but I think the problem is the disk, so that it cannot really parse that stuff so quickly. I don't think it's a problem of the network connection, it's more of the... okay, success, which seems to be a good thing. So I think it did whatever he had to do on the setup. So we need to generate the project files. Okay. Mac Mini 98%. Windows cooking stuff. As you can see, managed to cook 1,150 packages, remaining 14,000. So it will take time to do this. It will actually take time. Well, that is failed to load. Advanced locomotion, data curves, animation curve blend switches. Why? Piensa on real content characters Ilian M, Ilian SL child BP failed to load. LSCPP advanced animation data curve animation curves which is side. Cannot find the file. But I think I restored the ALS plugin, no? Yes. All is here. So why saying that it cannot find it? This is very strange, boys. We have a very weird error there. I think I need to copy this and try to understand what is going on, because here there is a weird error, huh? There is a weird error. Does not exist. ALS CPP Advanced Locomotion V4 data curves animation blend curves. ALS CPP Advanced Locomotion V4 data curves animation blend curves aiming out curve. What do you mean doesn't exist? Is here. Is not a standard Unreal file name or a long path name. Path does not start with a valid root. Path must begin with /engine /game /paper. What the fuck? Fail to load. I don't know if it's really a problem though, but because he's doing it while he's trying to load a file, like if he's trying to execute it, but at the moment he's only packaging, so I don't think we care if he really fails in loading. But anyway, okay, so we did the generate project files, right, on the Linux machine. And now we can make. Boom. Okay, this will basically rebuild the new engine, right? The 426. Because on that machine we were still on 425. This will take time, boys. It will take time. I don't know, it will take maybe 1 hour or so. So in our instructions, we are executing this on Linux. We are executing this on Windows, so the shipping. And on Mac, we are here. The Mac is 99%. Okay, let's see if we can launch the next command. And then I think I will go because, you know, I mean, it's just machine time. I just wanted to show you a bit what I'm doing. Just how it is done, you know, the different machines but then the rest is just executing these commands, you know, one by one, ensuring that we package properly, and such, and then finishing the import of the database on the Linux machine, and then start to launch the new server. Maybe I will ask some of you to test it, right? So if you are a Patreon, or if you are a veteran player, you know, and you already have access to the previous alpha, I can give you the package, because I need anyway 2 or 3 people to test it before I give it to the other guys, right? So I think it would be good to have it. It will still take me some time, so it will probably be Saturday afternoon. I mean, the windows can be completed during the night, so while I'm sleeping, I think the windows will be finished. So I can upload it and I can give it to you like tomorrow evening to test. The Linux one will take a bit more because we are a bit behind. We are recompiling the engine and everything. So I think I will only have it Saturday. And the Mac probably will be Monday, Tuesday. I think the Mac will take a lot of time, like the previous. A lot of time. Okay, boys? So if you are new to the stream, I would really appreciate if you can leave a follow on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube. And also, if you want to do the extra mile and join our Patreon, is patreon.com/planeshift. All the money that we get is going towards the development of the game, paying for server rents, or you know, commissioning some of the art that we miss, or other stuff, buying hardware and such. So is appreciated. We have a goal of 50 Patreons. We are now at 47, and I think with that I'm going to close the stream, unless you have any last minute questions or comments. I think I'm gonna close the stream, boys, with these nice machines that are working and working and working. We have the Linux on the left, the Windows at the top, and the Mac on the right. They are all working like crazy. Any last minute questions or comments? No? Okay, boys, so see you soon. Tomorrow evening, I think I'm not gonna stream because I'm meeting with my friends. Incredibly enough, I have some friends sometimes. And yeah, we're just checking if there is any news for tomorrow, but I think we are gonna do it. So I think tomorrow I will not be streaming, but we will see each other again on Saturday afternoon, right? And check our Discord, because maybe I will select some of you that want to do the test, the early test of the new release. Bye bye. Bye bye, boys. Have a good night.